guys, so it's me, Tartarus Queen Dragoness, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about something that, we're going to be watching a video, really, by Robert Reich about the 10 worst things about the Trump presidency. Now, I did pre-watch this a little bit, and as it turns out, well, it's an 18-minute long video. So, I mean, there's going to be more than 10 things about President Trump. Now, some of these things I've already known about. Otherwise, it's just going to be a complete surprise for some of me on this one. So I only watched maybe like about a third of this. So it's like, okay, we're in for a wild surprise. So, yeah. In case you guys want to even watch me on Twitch, I'm going to be on, twitch.tv/Black Dragoness Gamer. And from there, I have two channels. Let's just put it past it. I have two YouTube channels. I have Tartarus Queen Dragoness, and I have Black Dragoness Gamer. One of them is geared toward gaming. The other one is geared towards stuff like this. So, without further ado, what kind of insane things has Donald Trump done? Now, people are like on the internet and going crazy for this man, but me realistically, look, I'm 40 years old. I've known about his antics since the 90s. Okay? I know perfectly well what this man is capable of. I know this man is a cuckoo bird since the 90s. Okay, before most of you were even born and were able to watch the news. Okay, even before Asmongold even got his hands on freaking YouTube. So, yeah, we're gonna watch this. It's crazy.
Lowest approval rating of any president ever. But some people now seem to be suffering from amnesia.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. I've seen a lot of these people on the internet, including the freaking Daily Wire, including people like, I'm pretty sure like people who are in like the Second Amendment pro-activists are gonna completely ignore this. I know some of the young, supposed, right-wingers or people who, graduated from being, from the liberal side. Now they're, telling their great stories about how the liberals were doing this. And it's great to be a conservative. Well, yeah, it's great to be a conservative, but please keep in mind, okay, you're a smart human being, but arrogant and ignorant and oblivious to a lot of things that's going on around you. I don't know what kind of audience you are trying to procure, but it's not going to help anybody since you're the type of people who end up, gathering impressionistic, very timid individuals. And you know how to work these individuals. You're fear-mongering as much as the next person around you. And that's really the worst thing in the world. Now you're saying, oh, you know what? You should let these kids do their thing. You know what? No. If they're not going to have the cojones to say the things that they want to say to somebody like Robert Reich or anybody for that matter, yeah, go fuck yourself. Look, these kids have been on this planet for like half of my life. Okay, what do they know? Okay, even some people in the LGBT community, it's like, there's this one conservative person in the LGBT community who's giving me a fucking headache. Okay, they're giving me a fucking headache. Do I want to even talk to these people? Hell no! Hell no, they have gone off the rails. They're just stuck in their own little stubborn little ways like a freaking child who doesn't want to learn the freaking, that blue is actually blue and red is actually red. They think red is green. Okay? Jesus.
Let me jog your memory. Here are the 10 worst things about the Trump presidency.
I love this guy. I watched a little bit of this video, but already the humor is crazy. And keep in mind, I've known about some of this stuff, even from the 90s. Okay?
No particular order. Number 1, Trump fueled division and sparked a record uptick in hate crimes.
So true. And this is like the whole thing with the LGBT community as it is right now. Remember the whole supposed divorce of the T from the LGBT people? Yeah, it's because of this guy. Oh, but Donald Trump supports the LGBT people. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. I've been around long enough. I've seen what happens to schools. I've seen the whole, the church shootings and stuff like that. No, no, he's responsible for that.
Number 2, murder went way up under Trump. He presided over the largest
Oh! Okay. That one is new.
ever single-year increase in homicides in 2020. Now, a number of factors might have contributed.
Of course, I have ADD, so I'm probably going to be a little bit surprised at some of this stuff. I thought you said you watch a third of this stuff. I get it, but I have terrible ADD, so it's like some of this stuff might become a shocker.
To that, but a big one is number 3. Gun sales broke records under Trump, who has bragged about how he did nothing.
We did nothing
To restrict guns as president, in spite of number 4. Under Trump, America suffered more than 1,700 mass shootings. Number 5.
Now, I get it. People are going to be saying, oh, but he's pro, Kamala, in the fact that he's going to end up, supporting Kamala in the buyback thing. No, here's the thing, okay? The whole shootings thing is a result of the discourse of the crazy people, okay? It has nothing to do with the immigrants. It has nothing to do with anything else. It's to deal with a discourse in American culture that led to hate, that led to a bunch of people going 6 feet under. That's all it is. It's just a discourse. That's it.
5. Trump said there were
very fine people.
among the neo-Nazis in Charlottesville.
This is crazy.
I'm halfway to 10. If you think I'm missing something big, we'll just leave it in the comments. Number 6. Trump allied himself with the Proud Boys, a violent hate group who helped to orchestrate the January 6th Capitol attack.
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by.
Number 7. Trump's not wrong when he says
I got rid of Roe v. Wade.
it's entirely because of Trump's judicial appointments that 1 in 3 American women of childbearing age now lives in states with abortion bans. Number 8.
This is going to be a bit of a controversy. As much as I am a very good conservative, okay, I am the type of person that says that in a broad spectrum, not exactly the fetus of the baby. Okay, I'm not talking about just the fetus. Okay, because I think a lot of people are misconstruing the word pro-life. Okay, because in my view, pro-life is not only the child in the womb, but also the mother. if the kid is going to end up in a particular predicament, then it should be a higher priority that the mother gets saved more than the child. Okay, that's the type of pro-life that I'm going for. Okay, which would put me in the pro-choice. Okay, but I'm not even pro-choice either. I'm not exactly pro-life. I'm not exactly pro-choice. Okay, what I am pro-to is the survivability of both the mother and the father. The mother and the child. Mother and father? What the hell? Mother and the unborn child. Okay? If the unborn child is not going to make it, during the birthing procedure, or has a very terrible illness, or is causing harm to the mother, then yes, I do support the whole thing. Getting rid of the kid. Okay.
One of Trump's Supreme Court justices was Brett Kavanaugh, a man accused of sexual assault by multiple women. Number 9, Trump's White House interfered in the FBI's investigation of Brett Kavanaugh's alleged sexual assaults.
Okay, that one was a new one for me. That one was a new one for me. Okay, that one is a new one for me. I know Trump has done a lot, okay? Asmongold has been covering about the comedic side of Trump's thing, with the NFTs. I know Charlie, Penguin Zero has said stuff about the NFTs and the sneakers. And just, the other day, he was doing a promotion for Trump coins or something like that with pure silver. And then there was, the dollar bills and the stamps and trading cards and some other mumbo jumbo shit. And people don't even want to research this. People are saying, "Oh, but Trump built the Trump Towers with his own money." No, he didn't. No, he didn't. If you go and do your research, that was his father's inheritance. President Trump has never made a fucking dime in his life. He's never made a dime in his life. Well, I mean, not that type of dime. Like rich man's dime. Oh, but he was on The Apprentice. He was the face of The Apprentice. He wasn't actually the one that was doing The Apprentice. In fact, Donald Trump was one of the lowest paid employees on The Apprentice. For the longest time, I was fooled into thinking that Donald Trump actually was making bank off The Apprentice, and then my world was shattered when I found out he wasn't. He was one of the lowest paid employees. You should have seen my face when I heard that news. I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me?
And now, number 10. Trump has been convicted of committing 34 felonies while...
I heard about this about 3 weeks ago. I was looking at my Twitter feed and I was like, wait a minute, hold on a second. 34 felonies? That is wild. That is fucking wild.
In office. The criminally false business filings he got convicted for in New York, all of them were committed while he was president.
That week. That week has so much disgusting meaning behind it.
I'm sorry. Did I say the 10 worst things about the Trump presidency? No, I meant 15. Number 11. Trump's failed pandemic response.
This is a big one. Okay, I've known about this. Okay. See, here's the thing. The whole COVID situation would have been eliminated within about a year. If this dumbass actually put money into the healthcare system to boost the vaccinations. I saw the whole thing. COVID should have not lasted 2 years, maybe even 2.5. It should not. At best, maybe 1.25 years. That's redlining it, but 2.5 years. I'm like, oof, that should have never happened.
Is estimated to have led to hundreds of thousands of needless deaths. By the time Trump left office, roughly 3,000 Americans were dying of COVID every day. That's a 9/11 scale mass casualty event every single day.
You want to know why? Money. That's all it was. Money.
How did Trump screw up so badly? Number 12, Trump's White House discarded the pandemic response playbook that had been assembled by the Obama administration. Number 13, Trump disbanded the National Security Council's pandemic response team. Number 14, Trump repeatedly lied about the danger of COVID.
Oh my God. I kept seeing news reports on my television about this. Oh, there was a horse in the flu. And I think one day Trump got COVID, and it's like, oh, never mind. No, it's about as bad as it's said.
Saying it was no worse than the flu, or it would go away on its own.
Because of all we've done, the risk to the American people remains very low. A lot of people think that goes away in April with the heat. It's going to disappear. One day it's like a miracle. It will disappear.
But behind closed doors, Trump admitted he knew COVID was deadly.
This is deadly stuff.
Number 15, Trump promoted fake COVID cures like hydroxychloroquine and even injecting people with disinfectants.
This is painful. I never knew this was a thing. People injected themselves with disinfectants. Like they drank alcohol and bleach, or like shot themselves with detergent and stuff like that. I'm just like, oh my God. That is wild.
Injection inside or almost a cleaning.
It's very difficult for me not to laugh about this. Like, seriously, it's very... Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh.
After Trump's disinfectant remarks, poison control centers received a spike in emergency calls. That's 15 things. Should I keep going?
Yes!
Okay, I'll keep going.
It's an 18-minute long video.
Worst things about the Trump presidency. Number 16. Trump presided over a net loss of 2.9 million American jobs. The worst recorded jobs number.
And people who support Trump are like coping as fuck. They're like, oh, the economy's the best that it ever was, and the best that it ever will be. Okay, how is it that we ended up with inflation now? Okay, I want everybody to think about this. Okay, what is a domino effect? Right? Domino effect doesn't usually happen like right away. It doesn't. Okay? So the inflation that we have now is a result of this shit. It's not. No, it was never Biden. Okay, it's like a it's like my car. Well, like my was it Chrysler Pacifica? Okay, my Chrysler Pacifica, because of the way that I bottomed out the car, it put a hairline crack into the oil pan because it was protruding at the bottom. So there was a hairline crack, and every time I started it, traveled, did a whole bunch of other stuff. It took about a year or two. It took about at least a few months. Yeah, it took about a few months before the oil pan just decided to go and it blew up my engine block too. It put a hole in my engine block. So not everything that's going on is not because of what Biden did. It just took a longer time for the clause to come out that Trump did this shit, and now we're under inflation, having an inflation problem. That's what a domino effect is. An event that actually happens later on as a result of a event that was related to the problem. See what I'm saying?
Of any president in U.S. history. Number 17, Trump profited off the presidency, making an estimated $160 million from foreign countries while he was president. Number 18, Trump also billed the Secret Service over $1 million for the privilege of staying at his golf clubs and other Trump properties while they protected him. That's your money. Number 19, Trump caused the longest government shutdown in U.S. history.
I never heard about this. What? A government shutdown? I never saw this one. When did this happen? It happened around... somewhere around between December and January, right? The 35th day. Oh, it happened in December. It happened December 2018. December of 2018, the government shut down? What the hell?
When he didn't get funding for his border wall, which he said Mexico was going to pay for.
When I heard this, when he was like running for president, I started rolling on the floor laughing, man. I started rolling on the floor laughing. I'm just like, there's no fucking way that the Mexican president's gonna do this. There ain't no way.
I'm not gonna pay for that wall.
Number 20. Under Trump, the national debt increased by about 40%, more than in any other four-year presidential term, largely because of his tax cuts for the rich and big corporations. You didn't really think I was stopping at 20, did you? We're going to 25. Number 21. Trump separated more than 5,000 children from their parents at the border.
I saw this and I thought, what the fuck was this? Like, that's just crazy.
With no plan to ever reunite them, putting babies in cages. Number 22, the Muslim ban. Yes, Trump really did try to ban Muslims from entering the country.
I heard about this and it gave me nightmares about what happened in 2001. Because when the September 11th attacks ended up happening, people hated the Muslim community. Because they all thought that, oh, you know what, they're all terrorists and stuff like that, and yada 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 yada. Okay, and it's like, I'm not entirely sure what happened during the George W. Bush administration. But a lot of people speculated that George W. Bush had something to do with the Twin Towers. But we will never know because of the crazy shenanigans within his cabinet and Joint Chiefs of Staff and oh my god, it was a complete fucking mess. It was a fucking mess. And then you had Condoleezza Rice screwing up everything. Just like, oh my god. And you know, George W. Bush was supposed to get impeached, but he never did. He was supposed to legitimately be impeached for the September 11th attacks. He was.
Number 23, Trump sparked international outrage by moving the American embassy in Israel to Jerusalem while closing the U.S. Palestine office. Number 24, Trump tasked his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, with drafting a potential Middle East peace plan with zero Palestinian input. Number 25, and finally, Trump recognized Israel's occupation of the Golan Heights, which is considered illegal under international law.
It just keeps getting worse, doesn't it? It just keeps getting worse, doesn't it? Wow. I never knew this was a thing. Now I know where the whole like McDonald's thing was it the getting involved with Palestine and stuff like that, and then you had Genshin Impact doing a collab with was it because of Donald Trump? Oh my god. Was it because of Donald Trump? I'm getting sick, man. Oh, that's crazy.
So, there you have it, folks. The 25 worst... Wait a minute. Did I mention the impeachments? We've got to do the impeachment.
I'd never heard about this. I never heard of Trump. In my entire life, we've only had 1 year impeachment. That was George W. Bush. But Donald Trump has been impeached twice? Damn. Damn. Oh, wait a minute. That's a world record. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I gotta do this. Hold on a sec. I gotta Google this. Hold on. Oh, Bill Clinton was impeached in 1998? What? I mean, I know about the whole Monica Lewinsky thing, but he got impeached in 1998? Okay. Wait, oh, I thought he wasn't. I never saw that in the news. All because of Monica Lewinsky? Damn. Okay. Sure.
Impeachments. Okay, let's go to 30. Number 26. Trump broke the law by trying to withhold nearly $400 million of U.S. aid for Ukraine.
I'm remembering Concord. I mean, tinfoil hat moment. Okay, tinfoil hat moment. Concord?
In an effort to extort a personal political favor from Ukraine's President Zelensky. Trump wanted Zelensky to interfere in the 2020 election by announcing an investigation into the Bidens. Delaying this aid to Ukraine weakened Ukraine and strengthened Russia. Number 27. Trump personally attacked and ruined the careers of everyone who stood in the way of his illegal Ukraine scheme, including Ambassador Marie Yovanovitch and Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman. Number 28. To cover up the scheme, Trump ordered the White House and State Department to defy congressional subpoenas.
We're fighting all the subpoenas.
You never do that. You never do that. Hold on a second. Okay, we're gonna look at this. University of Berkeley says, what are the penalties if you ignore a subpoena or do not comply? Failure to respond to a subpoena is punishable as contempt by either the court or agency issuing the subpoena. Punishment may include monetary sanctions, even imprisonment although extremely unlikely. Okay, so I thought there was imprisonment time. Okay. Generally, a hearing will be held where the party charged with non-compliance has an opportunity to explain its side of the story, and the court or agency has broad discretion to determine an appropriate punishment given the circumstances presented. In most cases, in a contempt proceeding, the court determines the appropriateness of withholding any documents under a claim of privilege. In such cases, the outcome is more likely to be an order to produce, coupled with an award of attorney's fees to the party that had to initiate the contempt proceedings. Damn. So Trump had to pay a lot of money. So, wait, hold on a second. So he didn't come, he didn't arrive in Congress for his subpoena of his impeachment because there's a lot of incriminating evidence, and he wanted to be free and clean. What a fucking coward. I said that in my last video. What a fucking coward.
Number 29. For these reasons, on December 18, 2019, Trump became the third U.S. president to be impeached. He was charged with abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. Number 30. Even while he was being investigated for trying to get Ukraine to interfere in the U.S. election, Trump publicly called for China to interfere in the election.
I heard about this. I heard a little bit about this, but I wasn't really too aware of what the hell was going on. Like China was getting involved with the politics of the U.S. and Trump. It wasn't only just China. It was Russia too. A lot of people know that Russia got him the presidency. More than half the country knew that he got in the presidency because of Russia.
China should start an investigation.
But the thing is that amongst those people that knew, they choose to ignore it. So about 10 to 15% of those people still supported Trump, even though they knew he did this. That's sad.
Into the Bidens.
So, Those are the 30.
What about the other impeachments and trying to end American democracy? Pandemic and whatever. All right, so let's just repeat.
Okay, I'll go to 35. Number 31. Long before Election Day, Trump started making false claims that the election would be rigged.
It will be a rigged election.
This was the time when Hillary Clinton was accused of falsifying documents about her emails. It was nothing but email this, email that, email things over there, emails from 10 years ago, emails from 3 hours ago, 10 seconds ago. Email conspiracy.
Number 32. After losing, Trump falsely claimed the election was stolen, even though his own inner circle, including his campaign manager,
Look at the man's face.
White House lawyers, and his own Justice Department and Attorney General told him it was not.
The claims of fraud were bull.
Number 33. Trump kept telling his big lie even after more than 60 legal challenges to the election were struck down in court, many by Trump-appointed judges. Number 34. Trump ordered the Department of Justice to falsely claim that the election was corrupt.
It just keeps getting worse when he was getting elected. Like, were people really that stupid back then? Like, legitimately, were people really that stupid? Like, people could have saw right through that. Like, that the whole email thing with Hillary Clinton was just BS. I can't really imagine that people were really that stupid. The amount of stupidity back then was insane.
Number 35. Trump and his allies used threats to pressure state leaders in Arizona and Georgia to falsify the election results.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. That was nasty shit.
We go to 40. Is that okay? 40? Number 36. When none of the previous schemes worked, Trump and his allies produced fake electoral votes cast by fake electors in
What? What? Run that by me again. What? Hold on. What?
worked. Trump and his allies produced fake electoral votes cast by fake electors in multiple swing states.
We're electors, sir.
They're electors. Yeah, the electors are already here. They've been checked in.
I have no words. I have no words. Oh, former New York Mayor Giuliani. At the time, Mayor Giuliani was an okay mayor in New York. Okay. But I forgot what he did that made him a target for hate. Like, what was it that he did? Giuliani led the 1980s federal prosecution of New York's mafia bosses as U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York. After a failed campaign for mayor of New York City in '89 election, he succeeded in '93 and was reelected in '97. Campaigned on a tough on-crime platform. He led New York's controversial civic cleanup from '94 to 2001, and appointed William Bratton as New York City's. I think it had to do something with I think it had to do something with William Bratton. He ran against First Lady Hillary Clinton for a U.S. Senate seat from New York, but left the race once diagnosed with prostate cancer. Oh. Okay. For his mayoral leadership following the September 11th attacks in 2001, he was called America's Mayor and was named Time Magazine's Person of the Year for 2001. Okay, so he was a good guy. Okay, so sometime after 2010, he joined the dark side. He joined the dark side. So he was a good mayor. Like Giuliani was okay for New York. It looks like. But he joined the dark side. It looks like sometime after 2010. Because he chose to go into the business thing. So he was greedy. He got too greedy when he went to the business industry. Oh shit, so that's when he turned to the dark side.
Trump's former White House chief of staff and Rudy Giuliani are among the many members of his inner circle who have been criminally indicted for this scheme. Number 37. Trump tried to bully Vice President Pence into
I did not know about this. I did not know about this. Mike Pence is a terrible human being. Okay, he's done some. For what I heard, he's done some funky stuff. But I guess Mike Pence had some principles.
obstructing the certification of the election.
If Mike Pence does the right thing, we win the election.
Number 38, Trump invited a mob to the Capitol on January 6th with his, quote, "Be there, will be wild" tweet.
That's insane. That he instigated that. Damn.
Number 39, sworn testimony alleges that when Trump was warned that members of the crowd were carrying deadly weapons, he ordered security metal detectors to be taken down.
Why would you do that? Why the hell would you do that? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You want to know why? To create more discourse. That's all it was, to create more discourse. Because apparently he likes drama. It's a level of psychopathy. When was the last? What, was it Hannibal Lecter? What was it? It's Hannibal Lecter, right? It was in UK that it was true that it was a different guy, but the story of Hannibal Lecter was based on a true story, right? Am I crazy, or am I thinking something else? I've heard of psychotic people before, but being a president and psycho, damn.
Number 40.
And you know why California and New York are the way that they are.
Knowing the crowd had deadly weapons, he ordered them to go to the Capitol and
Fight like hell.
Number 41. Yes, I know. Bear with me. I've got to go on. Trump betrayed his oath to defend the nation by doing nothing to stop the January 6th violence. Instead, according to witness testimony, he sat and watched TV for hours.
Because he liked what he saw. He liked what he saw. he was getting his heart on with what he saw on TV. This is a man who enjoys chaos and discourse. This is a level of psychopathy that he should have been committed. This man should have been committed. What was it? He should have been committed. And found accused of accessory to murder. That's what it is. Yeah, he should have been not impeached twice, but impeached 3 times because of this and his that he was an accessory to murder.
Number 42. On January 13th, 2021, Trump became the only president ever to be impeached twice. This time, he was charged with incitement of insurrection.
When I pulled up that article earlier, I can't fathom twice. That's a record. That's a record. Twice.
It was a bipartisan vote. Number 43.
Everybody agreed. Well, that's a first.
The majority of senators, 57 out of 100,
That's harsh.
voted to convict Trump, including 7 Republicans.
Now I know where his insanity comes from. Oh my god. Now I know where his insanity comes from. Raised in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, he spent over 2 years in France as a Mormon missionary. Romney served as bishop of his ward. Wait. He married Ann Davis in 1969. They have 5 sons, active in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Romney served as bishop of his ward and later as a stake president for an area covering Boston and many of its suburbs. 1971, he participated in the political campaigns of both his parents. Okay, so he graduated with a bachelor's in arts in English, JD MBA degree from Harvard. He became a management consultant in 1977, joined Bain & Company in Boston, CEO. Okay, so he became Bain CEO. He lost to Senator John McCain. What's John McCain again? Is he the chubby fat? Yeah, okay. John McCain was okay. I'm not gonna lie, he was okay. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. The lawmakers in the Republican states, this was never supposed to happen. And I'm gonna keep pushing on this thing. Legalities and religion were never supposed to mix. There's a thing called the separation of church and state. Okay. That concept went flying out the window when George W. Bush became president. And then you had this guy who was a Mormon, by the way. A Mormon! Yikes! Oh, God. That just... And now the concept of, the line between, church and state has gotten blurrier now, and now, ironically enough, we're turning into Iran. Like the people who are like super diehard conservative are trying to turn the country into fucking Iran, where law is based on religion. That's crazy. That's crazy. You're not supposed to do that in the first place. It was never supposed to happen. But it happened.
So that's the 2 impeachments and the big lie. But wait. We haven't dealt with Russia, right? We're going to 50, all right? We're going to 50. Number 44. Trump publicly sided with Putin over the U.S. intelligence community.
This is where all the TikTok shit came from. This is TikTok. Well, it was not only Russia, but it was China too. This is when TikTok became cringe as fuck.
In denying Russia's interference in the 2016 election. Number 45. In a likely obstruction of justice, Trump pressured then FBI Director James Comey to stop the FBI's investigation into Trump's national security advisor, Michael Flynn. This was documented in the Mueller report. Number 46. When
He mispronounced it. I hate to be that person, but he mispronounced it. Mueller, not Mueller. Mueller. But, tomato, tomato.
Comey didn't bend to Trump's will, Trump fired him. Number 47. Trump tried to shut down,
as well as about 6 or 7 different highly qualified and overly qualified cabinet members.
down the Mueller investigation by ordering White House counsel Don McGahn to fire Mueller. McGahn refused because that would be criminal obstruction of justice. Number 48, Trump ordered his staff not to turn over emails showing Don Jr. had set up a meeting at Trump Tower before the 2016 election.
Like I said, Trump did not pay for this. It was his dad's inheritance money.
With representatives of the Russian government. Number 49, Trump convinced Michael Cohen to lie to Congress about Trump's plans to build a Trump Tower in Moscow.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
And Cohen served prisons up.
What purpose would Trump Tower do in Moscow? What purpose?
Time for lying to Congress. Number 50, Trump was not charged for criminal obstruction of justice because it's the Justice Department's policy not to indict a sitting president. But more than 1,000 former federal prosecutors who served under both Republicans and Democrats signed a letter declaring there was more than enough evidence to prosecute Trump.
And people are pushing the fact that Democrats are the problem, including Trump. When unanimously both parties are giving the middle finger to Trump.
So those are the 50 worst things about the Trump presidency. Now, I could go on, and I will. The 75 worst things about the Trump presidency. Number 51, Trump said he'd hire only the best people.
The best people. The best people in the world.
But his campaign chair was convicted of multiple crimes. So was one of his closest associates. His deputy campaign chair pleaded guilty to crimes. So did his personal lawyer, his national security advisor, the chief financial officer of his business campaign, a campaign foreign policy advisor, and one of his campaign fundraisers. They all committed crimes, and Trump pardoned most of them. Number 52. Trump.
This is like the Gerald Ford Nixon situation. Except 1,000 times worse. Oh my god.
Said he
Drained a swamp in Washington, D.C.
but he appointed more billionaires, CEOs, and Wall Street moguls to his administration than any administration in history.
Because this guy's got a massive ego. Common man. I don't deal with common men. I deal with rich people. Rich people are me. Lowest paid employee of The Apprentice. You don't make more money even than me. Okay? You don't make more money than me. Dumbass.
Number 53, Trump intervened to get his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, top-secret clearance after he was denied over concerns about foreign influence. Number 54, Trump hosted a Russian foreign minister in the Oval Office where Trump revealed...
This came as a shocker. You want to know... Okay. You want to know where you hear all these stories about Russia? Russia is trying to get into NATO. Really. Russia has been trying to get in with NATO for the longest time. The US does this up until this guy showed up. You really want to know what happens when Putin joins NATO? I don't think you want to know. I honestly don't think you want to know what happens when Putin joins NATO. You're not ready.
top secret intelligence. Oh, and Trump's economic policies. Number 55, Trump promised that the average American family would see a $4,000 pay raise.
Then why do we have inflation now?
Because of his tax cuts for the wealthy and big corporations. Well, how did that work out? Did you get a $4,000 raise? Of course not. Nobody did. Number 56, Trump vowed to protect American jobs, but offshoring increased and manufacturing fell. Number 57, Trump said he would fix...
That's why we see a decrease in the job market.
America's infrastructure, but it never happened. He announced so many failed infrastructure weeks, they became a running joke.
Since it's Infrastructure Week.
Is it infrastructure week?
Number 58, Trump said he would be the voice of American workers.
I am your voice.
But he filled the National Labor Relations Board with anti-union flacks who made it harder for workers to unionize. Number 59, Trump's Labor Department made it easier for bosses to get out of paying workers overtime, which cheated 8 million workers of extra pay.
Can I say something here? This is wild. And I said this before. Long time ago. Okay. There are people who are greedy. Let's just keep it real. But here's the wild thing. There are people who actually... Okay, listen to this, okay? There are people who actually physically get sick if they lose money in the stock market? Lose money anywhere else and don't get enough money. It's like a freaking homeless person that always likes to get money for, narcotics and stuff like that. So it's a dopamine rush. They're not treating the business like it's like a business how it's supposed to be. In the beginning, they probably did. But now they just want to see green. Constantly. Constantly. And it will make them physically sick if they don't. It's a thing. It's a thing. It doesn't you don't hear it too often because it's a rare thing. But it is a thing.
Number 60. Trump repeatedly suggested he might serve more than 2 terms in violation.
No. I'm good.
Of the Constitution, and continues to do so.
We may have to go for an extra term.
Number 61. Trump called Haiti and African nations shithole countries. Number 62. Trump tried to terminate DACA, which protects immigrants brought to the U.S. as children. Luckily, this was struck down by the courts. Number 63.
DACA? I need to do a little bit of research on that one.
3. Trump called climate change a hoax.
I heard about this one. Bro, I heard about this one. Gee. Did Neil deGrasse actually say something about this? I think so. I think it was Neil deGrasse that said something about this. Damn.
Number 64. Trump pulled out of the Paris Climate Agreement. Number 65. Trump rolled back more than 100 environmental protections. Number 66. Every budget Trump proposed included cuts to Social Security and Medicare.
See, my parents are elderly, so this is a big fuck you to them.
Number 67. Trump tried and failed to repeal the Affordable Care Act, which would have resulted in 20 million Americans losing insurance. And striking down the ACA's protections for the roughly 130 million people with pre-existing conditions could have driven up their insurance premiums or led to a loss of coverage. Number 68. Trump made it easier for employers to remove birth control coverage from insurance plans.
That's insane.
Number 69. By the end
Funny number. Right after the whole birth control thing.
of Trump's term, the number of people lacking health insurance had risen by 3 million. Number 70. Trump lied constantly. He made 30,573 false or misleading claims while president, an average of 21 a day.
Keep in mind. Okay. Keep in mind. Okay. Donald Trump tried to become president twice before. But twice he failed because people back then had a brain. Yup. They had a brain. This was... One of them was before before I was born. The other one when I was still alive. I was aware of the one that was like young. I kind of was aware of the one that was young. But yeah, I remember one of the times. I don't remember the other one.
According to the Washington Post fact checkers. Number 71.
Now, if you think that the Washington Post is a bullshit newspaper, you're crazy.
Trump allegedly took hundreds of classified documents on his way out of the White House, reportedly including nuclear secrets, which he then left unsecured in various parts of Mar-a-Lago, including
Why?
a bathroom. He was even caught on tape showing them off to people.
Isn't it amazing? I have a big pile of papers, except it is like highly confidential. Look at this.
Yeah.
Says President, I could have declassified.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
Number 72. Trump seriously discussed the idea of nuking a hurricane.
I vaguely heard this. I couldn't believe my ears, but I just completely ignored it. But like this was when I heard this, it was like so outlandish that I refused to believe it was a thing. Nuking a hurricane. What the fuck? Oh my god.
Number 73. When Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico, Trump delayed $20 billion of aid and allowed Puerto Rico to be without power for 181 days.
6 months, almost. 6 months without aid. Why? Money.
Number 74. Trump suggested withholding federal aid for California wildfire recovery and said the solution was to clean the floors of the forest.
It gets more and more outlandish by the day. Oh my god. We got like 54 more seconds of this shit.
Take care of the floors.
Number 75. Trump pulled out of the Iran deal, placing Iran on a path to developing nuclear weapons.
Actively wanting World War III? Are you kidding me? I mean, I knew George W. Bush was going to try something like this, but he was more down on the hush hush, down low kind of thing. But to be actively televising and showing you want World War III is insane. Insane. This is a level of crazy that you find in those drug camps in, was it San Francisco nowadays? It's San Francisco, right? Yeah. Or is it Los Angeles? One of those two places. San Francisco or Los Angeles, one of those places. That's that kind of level of crazy. He's no different than a drug user. A homeless drug user. Damn. He's probably a flat earther too.
Honestly, there's so much more from exchanging love letters with North Korea's brutal dictator.
I heard about this one. I heard about this one. I even the reason why I know this is because I got whiff of it when I heard the news that North Korea was like huffing its chest out and like showing off what they had with their military stuff on video camera. They were flattering. They brought up all their military vehicles, you know, and their military might, and showing off their strategy. They were being recorded, yada yada yada. Boom, 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 bang, bang, bang. And Trump actually ended up sending out its navy, you know, showing off its navy and some of its like ground forces and stuff like that. Is like, oh, I'm so big and bad and the best thing in the world. Yeah, daddy. Oh, baby. Oh my god.
We fell in love.
To publicly denigrating a Gold Star military widow and making her cry, to the way he attacked journalists, to late-night tweet binges. Look, I can understand why a lot of people want to block all of this out of their memories, but we cannot afford to forget just how terrible Trump's time in the White House was for this nation. And we sure as hell can't afford to put him back there.
Nobody can. That's the sad reality of it all. Anyway, go and you know, watch Robert Reich. He's a good man. Oh yeah, what was it? Recently, like, he said that he was better than God or something like that, or I am the Messiah. I'm like, oh my god. Jesus Christ, he thinks he's the fucking Messiah? Why, what? Anyways, like the video, share it with everybody. You know, Tartarus Queen Dragoness is the name of this channel. My name is Black Dragoness Gamer on Twitch for twitch.tv/Black Dragoness Gamer on, you know, Twitch. Do your thing, share this message, go crazy, make fun of this guy. I don't, honestly, I don't think there's enough memes on the internet. I think people are going to have decades of content to meme on this guy. Decades.